What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Wax Packs and Warning Tracks. It's Mojobreak's baseball card podcast. It's Cody. It's Bubba. Make sure to subscribe to Mojobreak Media on YouTube if you are listening to this. If you're watching it, make sure to search for us wherever you get podcasts. Just search Mojobreak wherever you get podcasts, and you will find our podcast. New episodes every Friday. Plus, we got the hype, the breakdown, all sorts of stuff. We actually just had the break room this week with Bryce Huff. That was really fun. And the video version coming very, very soon. Today, it's close to the end of the season. We're about a week away from the end of the regular season. So it's time to start handing out awards. We did that last week.
Yep.
But now we're looking at a different kind of honor, the most improved players. Every year, we always have our like sleeper guys at the beginning of the year of like, oh, I think this guy's going to pop off. That guy's going to pop off. Well, now we have the results. We have the receipts. There's some guys that we're going to talk about today that I think have been recurring characters for baseball collectors, especially in the 2020s. And a few guys that maybe you have just completely forgotten about in the last few years that maybe even right now you're not thinking about them, but
they're going off.
They're going off. Yeah. They're having years that are worth discussing. Are they worth buying? Are they worth selling? Essentially, think of this episode as one big, long, extended taxi squad segment. Are we calling these guys up? Are we sending them down? Are we putting them on the bench? Buying, selling, holding some of the most improved players. Let's just dive right into it, Bubba. Because I think the first guy I want to talk about is a guy that at least since I have been here at Mojobreak, because he was one of the first big rookie chases for baseball when I started here back in 2020, and was very much a disappointment for many years. Had some weird on-field stuff with like balls going off of his head and over the fence. Didn't he also have one that went over hit his glove and went over the fence too?
Yeah, maybe, in his glove, out of his glove, off his head.
Yeah, there have been at least multiple occasions where Angels outfielder Jo Adell, and I know there might be some people like, you're talking Jo Adell again. Well, guess what? Jo Adell has 40 bombs.
Yep.
He's like having the year we wanted with some qualifiers. Yes, 36 home runs. He may very well finish with 40 this year. 95 runs batted in. Yes, he's basically a like home run or strikeout guy.
Right.
That's who he is. 140 strikeouts in 100 or 488 at bats. Yeah, I mean, before digging into the negatives here, good for Jo Adell.
Yep.
You know, for me, it's a feel-good story.
40 bombs. He was like, when he came up, it was 2021, his rookie year. He was supposed to be like, all right, we got Mike Trout, kind of like in the maybe tail end of his prime, but kind of still in that like huge years. The Angels were pumping a bunch of money into the team. They were getting guys like Zach Cozart. They went and got Rendon. They made a trade for Rengifo. They were like putting this team together. I'm leaving some guys out. They spent a lot of money. Jo Adell was like supposed to be like this like young star.
It was supposed to be him and Trout. Trout was the guy who was going to take him under his wing.
Yeah, they may have had like Justin Upton there for a year.
Yep.
It was like Jo Adell was going to be learning from the best. And that whole Angels team, I mean, Mike Trout aside, the injuries and stuff piled on, but that whole Angels team just didn't show up. And Jo Adell bounces back and forth between AAA. You just never put it together. I feel like he was hitting like 200.
Yeah. I think if you want to talk about like a prime guy to point to how the 2020 season, the 60-game season, no minor league baseball is something that I think sometimes, I know with collectors it doesn't get lost, but maybe with casual baseball fans, you kind of forget there was not any minor league baseball played in 2020.
Was he 2020?
And he was a 2020 rookie. So these guys like him, I think of him and Joey Bart specifically, two guys who were really big top prospects, top 10 guys who were brought onto their teams probably a lot earlier than they should have been
Yeah.
because they felt like they are simply too valuable for them to not play any baseball. And I think part of that sort of stunts their growth as baseball players. And you're seeing both of them now sort of get out of it. Joey Bart maybe less so, but it's nice to see. Yeah, it just kind of took a while. I think it took a reset in 2023 where he played most of that season, I want to say, in AAA. Was not in the big leagues for most of that year. So yeah, good on him for salvaging his career. Yeah, in 2023, he was in AAA for 74 games. That's the majority of the season.
Yeah.
And the numbers were good. So you thought, okay, maybe there's a shot here. Last year he had 20 home runs. So good on him for at only 26. It should be noted. Right. I know for collector's sakes, it's like, well, maybe we've kind of we're moving on. We've already kind of collectively moved on, but just to kind of give you an idea of where he was back in the day, this is from September of 2020, in the midst of what was, a so-so start to his career in the major leagues. This via card ladder. A BGS 9.5 red first Bowman auto of Jo Adell. $15,600 is what that sold for. The last most recent sale was November of 2022 when the market, arguably, for singles was just as good, if not better, dropped all the way down to $3,800. So I think it's interesting. Card Ladder values it now at about $5,000. So if you bought it at $3,000 back in 2022, hey, good Jo Adell season has brought him back.
Yeah, I mean, other than the rookie spike and all the rookie hype, this has got to be the strongest Jo Adell market that we've had. So buy, sell, hold.
I'm looking right now. Here's his most recent. This is a gold BGS 9.5 gold. His most recent high sale. This sold on September 10th. Is $460 for that card, the gold Jo Adell first Bowman auto.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's more palatable, if you will, for
sure.
Yeah, I mean, if you're buying it at, was it 460?
460.
If you're buying at 460, I mean, it's not out of the question that could at some point be a over $500 card. He's gonna have to have like 30 plus homers for another like 3 or 4 seasons, I think.
Right.
And like have them be sooner than later. I don't know. It's interesting because it seems like he's just starting like his career.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
So it's hard to like.
It's just taken about. We've been talking about him for so long. I mean, 2017 is when he was a guy people were chasing. It's been nearly 10 years that we've been chasing this guy, and it's only now that it's finally starting to, everything's sort of coming to fruition.
Right.
As much as you can. Again, he's not. The two now I can point out some of the negatives. Again, he's a strikeout guy. He's got a sub 300 on base. He's batting .238, which, look, in today's offensive environment in baseball, .238 is not nearly what it was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So
that's like Christian Walker a couple years ago before he turned the corner on the batting average department. He was hitting like 230, 240, but he was putting up, 40 bombs.
Yeah.
If Jo Adell can hit 260 and put up, 35, 40 homers a year, he might even be an all-star.
Absolutely.
If he can have a good first half.
Absolutely.
So
I think this looks like yes, that's a base. I believe that's a base. A PSA 10 at 219.99 is what I'm seeing for a base Bowman Chrome PSA 10. I'm not a buyer on that. If you bought him, obviously at the highest of highs, I think you have to basically sell now. Because I think even if he has the career where you're like, best case scenario, he's figured it out. He's a consistent 30 to 40 home run power threat for the next 4 to 5 years. Yeah. If that's what he is, I think we're basically at his ceiling right now. I don't see it going much higher than that, albeit something could happen where they go to the postseason, maybe has a nice run. If you're looking maybe to be like, hey, I just want Jo Adell in my PC, I mean, sure, fine. If you want to buy him at these prices, they're not nearly what they were.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been nice to grab it when they were absolute dirt cheap. And if you've been sitting on this stuff for a long time, it's time to get out on Jo Adell. It's as good a time as ever. I don't really see it. If it goes up a little bit.
Yeah, if it goes up, it goes up a little bit. Maybe his best benefit is, I don't know what his contract is looking like, but not being an Angel for much longer.
Right. I want to say, I'm looking right now. What's his first arbitration year is actually this offseason, or excuse me, I think his next arbitration. His first arbitration was last year. He is a free agent in 2028, so he'll be here for a little bit, at least 2 more years as an Angel. The crazy thing, I was going to say, a crazy stat I found out about the Angels, if Jo Adell gets 5 more RBIs, certainly not out of the question, with about 10 games or so to go, they're going to have 2 guys in that outfield with over 30 home runs and 100 RBIs, and they're just going to be the same old Angels.
Yeah. Taylor Ward.
Taylor Ward.
Yeah.
Taylor Ward, who honestly is having a very similar style season, I want to say.
He started off hot.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, the batting line is 225, a 314 on base, a 468 slugging. For Jo Adell, it's 238, 296, a 498 slugging. They are having very similar offensive seasons. So 33 homers and 100 RBIs for Taylor Ward.
Yeah.
And yet and I was saying, and Mike Trout not, I think off air, Mike Trout not having quite the year they had hoped for, a healthy Mike Trout, so that plays a part. God, Angels just, it's always like they are one piece away where they're like, oh, cool, the pitching worked this year, and we got 2 outfielders who went 30 and 100. We should be a playoff team. Well, unfortunately, Mike Trout had a down year, and he had some injuries, and who knows, all that. So it's always something.
A story we've heard before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They will once again be I'm going to just blindly guess their record. I'm going to say it's like 74 wins or something like that, and let's see.
I'm going to say 72.
72, okay. 69 and 83. Oh boy, we both undersold them.
They might.
Or oversold them.
Yeah.
But they're going to finish like 75 wins and like 89, like maybe not quite 90 losses. Just right there again, where they always are, just not awful, but not good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they're playing a bunch of divisional series here at the end, but
yeah, well, they got actually Milwaukee for a couple games. They got the Rockies, Milwaukee, and the Royals for a few games. So they could maybe rally to get to the 75 win mark, 74 win mark, but that's about as good as it's gonna get. They're in last place in the American League West, which feels weird.
How many wins did the A's have?
They have 71. So they might swap, but yeah. Angels are going to go on now there. They have not been in the playoffs since 2012. Have not been. So.
And they lost. Was it a wild
That was the
card
Royals,
game?
where they were the number 1 seed. They were the best team in the American League that year, and they lost in a sweep to the Royals.
Sweep to the Royals, yeah.
Yep. Mike Trout recorded 0 hits in the postseason. Yeah. Jo Adell you're right. Jo Adell might be a perfect trade candidate.
Yeah.
Trade him at his peak value.
Yeah. When he has years of control.
If the Angels are smart, which I'm not convinced they'll do. I think Artie Moreno sees 30 homers, 100 RBIs. Let's run it back.
That'll sell some more.
We're going to win.
Hot dogs.
Yeah. We got to keep Jo Adell and Taylor Ward here because we got to win. We're going to win.
Have you been to Angel Stadium?
I have.
Yeah, tough place. Well,
it's fine.
It's pretty.
Yeah, it's got its charms.
Yeah, tough place to watch, but it's quiet. It's like
it's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's truly a giant piece of concrete where they play baseball.
Yeah.
You really feel it there.
Yeah,
it's not
cool. If you haven't been, go.
Yeah, you should go. I mean, I think the rocks, the fake rocks in the center field are kind of fun.
Yeah.
And then when you find out, it was designed by when Disney owned the team and it was designed by the Imagineers, you're like, that's cool.
Yep.
It's kind of fun. But it also is like, but what's the point other than it's just like a nice looking thing?
Right.
I don't know. It's a. I saw Tim Lincecum when he was on the Angels.
Oh,
That's
sweet.
the game I went to.
Nice.
Yeah, he kind of got rocked. It felt like
Those Angels years, he got rocked.
Yeah. There was a lot of Giants. Angel starts.
Angel starts.
It was like 3 or 4 of them, and then that was it.
Yeah. Like
There was a lot of
ERA.
Giants fans almost just sending him off there at that game. I was an incredible amount of Giants fans just like, well, we got to see Timmy.
Yeah.
Of course. So, well, let's go from one outfielder who we have had our eyes on for a long time to another one who was a rookie chase, sort of a rookie chase, but not nearly what Jo Adell was. But I think he's having a really nice year for a really good team. I mentioned at the beginning of the year I thought he was underrated. Sal Frelick of the Milwaukee Brewers.
Yeah.
Sal Frelick is currently, let me just double check where he's sitting in batting average leaders right now. He is a top 10 batting average leader in Major League Baseball, and he's currently 3rd in the National League right now. 296. It's not usually a batting average that's that high up, but again, you can only control you can't control the area you play in, and he is currently a top 10 guy at 25 years old for one of, if not the best team in Major League Baseball. I've been a fan of this guy. Kind of just a quietly good spark plug, good defender for, again, a guy who I think when we were talking weeks ago about Isaac Collins, I'm like, this guy kind of just defines what Milwaukee Brewer baseball is. Sal Frelick very much in the same vein of like, he doesn't do anything the absolute best of any, like he's not the absolute best at any of these categories, but he's really good at a bunch of them. And when you do that, you're going to win a lot of baseball games.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like in hobby terms too. He's not, I'll put it this way. He's like the best consolation prize in the hobby right now. When you're buying the Brewers, you're not buying Sal Frelick. You're buying Jackson Churio. You're buying the Miz in certain products. Lately, Isaac Collins rookies, certainly in like Sapphire. Even still, I feel like Sal Frelick is a really nice consolation prize. We were opening Inception like all throughout the summer. Took it to Fanatics Fest and stuff, and 2024 rookie class. Sal Frelick had some really nice patch autos in there, and there are a lot of Brewers owners that, we'd pull a nice, Sal Frelick patch out at a 199 or so, and it's like, all right, like I can't. People would like say like verbatim, I can't be mad at that.
Yeah.
And because he just plays. He plays every day. He gets on base. He's not gonna. How many homers do you have his stats?
11 home runs. Look,
okay, more than I thought too.
A very well-rounded guy. He's got 11 homers, 19 doubles, 61 RBIs, 19 steals, 296 average, 362 on base. The slugging percentage is not as high as you'd like, but 117 OPS plus. Like, he's a good player, and he's probably going to be a Gold Glove finalist. He's won a Gold Glove already.
Yep.
This is a guy everybody would want on their team. If tomorrow, if this offseason, if your team, you found out, oh, we traded for Sal Frelick, you'd be pumped. Be so excited to have Sal Frelick on your team.
He's, to me, reminiscent, and this is like just a blind comparison here, but reminiscent of like a 2016, 2017, 2018 Chris Taylor on the Dodgers.
Sure.
Just, he might, get close to 20 homers in a big year. He's going to be scrappy on the base paths, play a great outfield. He'll hit 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th in the lineup maybe sometimes. Mm-hmm. But beloved by the fan base. And, yeah, if he were to just, like, randomly be traded to someone, not that he should. He's not going to.
No, he won't be.
But, like, if another fan base were to have him, anyone would welcome him to their team.
100%.
He's great. I mean, a handful of episodes ago when we were talking about Isaac Collins, I mentioned that someone in my stream chat had said like Sal Frelick could be World Series MVP.
100, yeah, exactly.
Because he could just hit 400 in a playoff series.
Yep, he's the kind of guy
make a big catch.
Yeah, 100%. And this is why, for me, especially if I'm a Brewers fan, I'm not mad at buying it. Like, here's a 2021 Bowman Draft Chrome Draft Sal Frelick.
Wow.
PSA 10 sold on September 13th for $88.
I might buy one, just as like a gamble to see if he has some big at bats in a month from now.
Yeah,
like that could be a quick $88. All right, $100 out the door shipped, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I would say that could be a $130, $150 card if he has one big hit.
Right.
One big hit.
One big hit.
You see it every year.
Is it? It's not. You said it. World Series MVP. A guy like this doing what he does when people get an up close look at him in a short series.
Yep.
It is absolutely more than plausible that a guy like him wins the MVP if the Brewers make it to the World Series.
Yep.
That people just say, well, that's the guy. He was the guy all over the place. He does a little bit of everything.
Yeah, he was the guy always on base. He was the guy, just moving textbook.
Very high on him. I'm glad we're feeling the same way. I'm very high on him for what his prices are at and what he offers. I do want to throw out, I think I saw that his Topps Chrome Super just sold non-auto for $1,225, $1,225, which a PSA 10 of that. For comparison, the guy I looked at, I think we talked about him a few episodes ago, Stephen Kwan, who I think if you're trying to look for a comp of Stephen Kwan's market for what he is as a player is really good. I think his Chrome Super Auto is in the 3,200 range is what it sold for. So it's a little, if you throw an auto on there, is it comparable? Maybe a little less than Stephen Kwan, but not that far off. So that's kind of where I think we're at, which for this type of player, given what I think collectors like and the types of players that collectors like, I think it's pretty solid.
Yeah. I like Frelick's market as a buyer.
Sal Frelick, we're in. We like him. All right, moving on. A couple guys, I'll kind of throw a few of these at you a little faster. One guy that I will admit I was sleeping on, Maikel Garcia of the Kansas City Royals.
He might have a 2020 year this year.
When I finally was like, okay, what's he up to? Because I know that he has kind of been a dark horse favorite for a while. Once he comes around, he cuts the strikeouts down, this is going to be a legit threat. And he's just 25. I should mention with Frelick too, only 25.
Yep.
And he's doing, and he's starting to put together these years. But 16 homers, 23 stolen bases. So there's an outside shot. He's a 2020 guy this year. And again, in 2025 baseball, when you bat 289, you might as well be batting 310. That's pretty good. For this era of baseball. He's got an 810 OPS. 810 OPS right now. Nice. I'm a little surprised. I guess I'm a little taken aback. I wasn't paying enough attention at Maikel Garcia.
Yeah, and unfair to him, he's just always going to be the third or fourth guy talked about on that team.
Oh, yeah.
Bobby, Salvi, maybe a Reagan's, fill in the blank for whoever their hot reliever, or, Lugo or whatever. Shoot, man. He reminds me of one of those Angels players. We were just talking about Angels.
Mm-hmm.
Just that chips away, has a good year, maybe gets some cash. I don't know if the Royals will pay him, but good on him. Yeah, he's gonna go. I think he'll go 2020.
Yeah, he's got a shot here with he's got to bundle up some home runs.
Okay,
16 with 10 games left. So
okay,
there's a shot.
He's gotta have a nice week.
Yeah, if he has a nice week where you go, hey, look at that, he went 2020. This is his most recent. His most recent top sale, 2022 Bowman Chrome. First blue Ray Wave refractor sold for about $330.
A little color match.
It's a pretty card. You got some other ones. We're trying to find one of just a base here on Card Ladder of what to think. You can get, I think, some of his base autos. There you go, for under $100. With that being said, I don't know if I'm a buyer or a seller here. I'm not buying his stuff because, one, they're not making the playoffs. There's just not really any room for growth. They might wait in the offseason to wait till people forget about him a little bit to be like, yeah, sure, why not? I'll take a shot at him at 25 years old. Maybe he's a guy who can take a step up power-wise next year. It's not totally outside of the realm of possibility.
Yeah, he could, if he puts together another season or two, maybe he gets a contract that is, pretty nice, and then is he a guy that could benefit from like World Baseball Classic exposure?
Right. Oh, very much so. Yeah.
He's not going to benefit from any playoff exposure, not anytime soon.
No.
Tough to buy just because he could be a guy that just gradually, his market just kind of gradually falls over time, and you could be like, yeah, I should have known this going in.
Yeah. The one thing that stands out, and there's a lot of like advanced metrics that like him, but his strikeout rate is really low. Like he's he's one of the top strikeout rates in baseball. 57 walks versus 78 strikeouts. That's where you want to live.
Yeah.
That's where elite hitters live. And if he can just make a little extra contact, really, or like a little extra power, you're looking at there's a lot of things here where you could be like, if you squint, you'd be like, he might have like an elite season in him where you go, whoa, Michael Garcia's having a phenomenal year.
Yeah, another guy that could just mess around and have a great first half and be an all-star.
Yes. And he was an all-star this year.
Oh, he was?
He was, again.
Oh, excuse me then. Okay.
But you're right, though. A different kind where you're like, oh, wow, he needs to be the starter at third base. Like, he's pushing Jose Ramirez out of that spot. He could have that kind of year again, but I think people who watch the Royals every day would probably tell you, no, this guy's legit. He's really good. If he can park a few more over the fence, and what an improvement from last year. Just by the way, going from he was batting .230 last year to now a 50-point difference in batting average. So good on him. I think there were a lot of fans who were like, he's due. He's not as bad as his stats said he was last year. He just got a little unlucky. So that proved itself, and he's still young enough. He's a good fielder. Hold, very much a hold. Yeah, absolutely. Royals a little bit. I mean, they're still technically in it. After what they did last year, a bit of a disappointment this year. I think the pitching was totally unsustainable.
Right.
Like that pitching last year was so good, so out of the blue in some ways. I mean, the Seth Lugo signing that was remarkable what he gave them.
Right.
But yeah, injuries this year too. Cole Reagan's missed most of the season. Once it's all said and done, he's going to be out most of the year. He's back now.
Yeah, they had a guy, and I think he's still healthy and pitching for him. Noah Cameron. Are you familiar?
Yes.
Yeah, so he's had some incredible starts, and like a lot of them. Yeah, he's been really good too. So Noah Cameron, not for hobby's sake, keep an eye on him, but
maybe fantasy-wise.
Fantasy-wise, for sure. Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm in a total points league.
Yeah. Next year in fantasy, he's going to get drafted. Oh yeah, he's going to get drafted.
He had and pitching deep into games too.
Yeah.
He had a lot of 7-inning starts. I like the Royals. I'm a big Bobby Witt guy. I mean, who isn't?
That's a team that I could absolutely see rebounding next year. They've also not been afraid the last couple of years of spending a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw it during the World Series years. Like they weren't going they weren't becoming the Yankees or the Red Sox or anything in spending wise, but they definitely make moves quickly is the thing with the Royals. Sometimes that bites you. Where you're like, why are you doing this so fast? You're competing with yourself at this point.
Yeah, they made that quick move to ship off Brady Singer for Jonathan India.
Yes.
Brady Singer's pitching really well for the Reds.
He's kind of become an ace for them. Yeah.
And here we are talking about the Royals needing pitching.
Yeah, I know.
While they're still kind of in it, it's like, If
they had a Brady Singer at that rotation, and Jonathan India is not having a great year.
You can find it. He's been fine, I think, for them. And he can play I think he's played 5 or 6 different positions this year.
They were so desperate.
But you can find at bats. You got to imagine they have someone in their system that can produce some at bats. you can't replicate those Brady Singer innings though that they traded away.
No.
So
No. That even at the time felt like a head scratcher.
yeah, did they maybe get someone else in that deal as well?
I don't think so. I think it was just. I'll double check.
Could it
But
have been a 1-for-1?
I think it was basically a 1-for-1. But I'll double check the final trade. Yeah, it was a straight up. Okay, Joey. Oh, Joey Weimer. Is it Weimer?
Weimer.
Joey Weimer, but I don't think he's doing.
So he had like a huge first half too, right?
He had like,
or was that last year? I'm thinking.
I think you're thinking last year with he had some moments with the Brewers in 23. I think in the first half of 23 because he had 13 home runs. That's right. He had you're on it. He had a good start with the Brewers, but then fell off. 204 average, then got shipped to Cincinnati, and he did not play a single game with the Royals. He's on the Miami Marlins this year. Only played 19 games with the Marlins this year. So, yeah, that trade is not going to look good. But you know what? They're going to go out and make moves. The way they operate is they like to be quick. So be on the lookout for the Royals to maybe snag a starting pitcher or two, probably a bat. They need a bat.
Yep.
They've needed a bat for like 5 years so badly. They just need somebody, anybody. I'll throw out. Look at what Mike Yastrzemski's doing for them. My God, he had a really nice little run for them, which is kind of remarkable. Anyway, although he's hitting for more power. That's the main thing. We'll move on. A couple more guys. Jeremy Pena. We've talked about him a little bit. Another guy who is up there with the league leaders in batting average once again. I think at the halfway point of the season, we were kind of like, we were talking about him the same way because he was like he was going to be an all-star after, we talked about it a little bit then, so I won't go super deep into it, but had that run with the World Series. That was the absolute peak of his value, won the World Series MVP, kind of shows you the perfect example of like young guy, undervalued in the market, what a great postseason run can do, like the absolute dream scenario. And his market kind of went wild for a month or two.
Yeah, he represented like the clean Astros era. Like,
yes,
finally a guy we can like champion. Pena, Jordan, let's flip the script. We have our new young core. There was so much to love. Collectors, I think, still really like him too. He still pops up in like a definitive release. He was still in definitive popping up and good auto, like pretty auto.
Mm-hmm.
Not a bad guy to run into. Astros, at least over the last couple of years, been relatively affordable. Cam Smith kind of threw a wrinkle in that this year, but 24, 23, 22, very affordable. And I want to say like maybe he should start being talked about or considered at least in the same hobby realm as like a Dansby Swanson kind of guy. Like Dansby sells. He's a guy that's going to pop up in like the signed baseball list every year, the Emanate 8x10 list every year, just because he's a poster boy, kind of marquee shortstop on a big market team, played at Vanderbilt, had some nice years. Like, Pena is probably a better shortstop.
I think
would say
so.
Pound for pound.
I think so at this point. He definitely is. I think defensively already he was there among the elite shortstops in the game.
Yeah.
Now the fact that his bat has caught up to that puts him in a different level. The fact that he plays on a team that contends for World Series every year, yeah, he should be considered at the end of this season. He should be considered. I don't know. Is he a top 5 shortstop in baseball?
I think he lives somewhere between like a Dansby and a Trey Turner, somewhere in the middle there.
Yeah,
where like he's gonna get it like just to drive the Dansby point home here. I don't know why I'm like talking about him so much, but he's gonna get like Dansby gets his respects.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like, you'd like to see a guy like that perform at a higher level with a lot of consistency. So I think Pena doesn't have the Dansby respect, but he has the higher level performance. Trey Turner, to me, like, has it all put together.
Yeah.
Top 5 shortstop, no.
I just brought up This is
There are a
from
lot of good shortstops right now, but
MLB Network's top 10
top
was
10. Maybe he's number 10.
Turner, Adames, Ellie De La Cruz, Carlos Correa, Dansby Swanson, Mookie Betts, Bobby Witt, Lindor, Corey Seager, Gunnar Henderson.
Okay.
Does he sneak into the top 5 now?
No. Well, he sneaks into the top 10 though.
Top 10? He's
yeah.
definitely. I mean, I don't think there's any question.
I have him over
he's a top 10.
Dansby. Because Dansby's on that list, right?
He's on that list.
Yeah, have him over Dansby.
Dansby has gone down on that list. I'd say just a smidge.
Dans is like a 260 hitter.
Right. But still a great defender. He's having a Dansby season. 250, 22 bombs, good defense, team leader.
You'll take it every year.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Yeah. I'm trying to think of those guys. Gunnar may be down just a little bit, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, Gunnar had a weird year, but that whole team did. And
whole team had a weird year, and yeah, the power went down a lot, but there was also injuries this year with him. So, yeah, I'm not going to fault him too much. He's also still just 24.
Yeah.
It's fine. He'll be all right. I think
Gunnar,
there's an argument for Pena as a top 5. I do. I think right in this very moment, I think there's at least a solid argument he's a top 5 guy. But I might still leave him in top 6. He's batting .305.
Do you have him over Corey Seager?
Oh man, I can't say that with present company now, can I? No, I don't. No, no. I don't.
Being a
healthy Corey Seager, I will take over most shortstops.
A healthy Corey Seager, yeah, could be number 1.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Lindor might be the only. Witt or Lindor, those are the only guys I'm going to take over him.
Win.
Yeah. So yeah, there you go. Ellie had a big year this year too. So I think Ellie's in the top 5.
Ellie's great. Yeah.
Yeah. So now all of that considered, yes, is Jeremy Pena at least the top 10? Sure. Is he's sniffing? He's at least sniffing the top 5. 226.50. This is a number to 499 Bowman Chrome first auto refractor PSA 10.
Do it.
Yeah. Because I think then his base is that probably indicates his base is not that far off, or is not or I should say is probably. I need to find the exact a recent sale of one of his base ones.
Maybe in the 150, 200.
Right, that's probably where we're looking right now. Yeah, I'm looking at one. Well, this is 200. This was on August, which I'm gonna guess this is down. Because everybody's shifted, we tend to shift our attention to some other sports going into September. So sometimes the baseball prices can go down a little bit and be before the World Series, before the postseason, where we shift our focus back.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
How about that one above it?
Gold Shimmer. Also
non-auto. Okay.
Non-auto though. Non-auto of that one. So. I feel like I'm in the same position I was, though, right before the All-Star game, where I'm like, God, I don't know about this. Because, I mean, if this is who he is now for the next 3-4 years, then, yeah, we're talking one of the elite-level shortstops, and he will continue to become, he's just going to keep rising up. But I think we mentioned it. How many shortstops would I take over him right now? There's probably, do I think he maybe is a better player right now than Ellie De La Cruz? Maybe, but I still would rather have Ellie cards. I know the price is a lot higher. Man, maybe I'm convincing myself right now.
I don't know.
Of is he a better player than Ellie De La Cruz? Yes, and I don't know. But yet his prices are way lower than Ellie De La Cruz. Way, way lower.
Right. Yeah. For how much. I think Ellie's overall better. I'll put it. I think for how much better Ellie is than Pena as a shortstop, it isn't a direct correlation to how much higher Ellie's market is to Pena in the hobby. So I'll give you that. Like the disparity between the two is. In the separate markets, contextually is far different. There's not a correlation to be made there, but I don't know. Ellie could. I don't want to compare.
There's
the
what if of Ellie. Where it feels like Pena, it's like he's having the season he's having right now. We're like, we are currently witnessing the best version of him.
Yeah, I don't like.
Like, I don't think there's a higher ceiling than this.
Well,
Is right with Pena?
I don't know.
He's 27. This is the prime of his career.
He might be in the playoffs for like 5 out of the next 7 years of his career, though.
Which Elliot De La Cruz won't be.
Right. So I like that for Pena's market.
Right. If you're just comparing those two players, to me, Pena is the way better buy, obviously, just because of all the things we discussed. Again, the ceiling for De La Cruz, you are buying him for the what if, and he's gonna have another. He's one home run away from 20. He has 35 stolen bases. The stolen bases numbers are down a lot from last year. 67 a year ago. He's got 35 this year. Maybe he gets to 40. Yeah.
How many homers?
19 currently. His year is a little worse than last year.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm buying the Pena.
Yeah. I think I'm now more convinced about actually buying on Pena.
I'm buying the Pena, but not with like an Ellie or another shortstop in mind. I just like the $200 price point for a PSA 10 auto or more for some color on it. And just kind of like knowing or expecting this guy to be playing October baseball, having meaningful at bats perennially.
Yeah.
And maybe winning something. You know, the Astros are good, dude.
He won World Series MVP in his rookie, or not his, or was it his second year or was it his rookie? It was his rookie year.
Yeah. He's the only rookie. He has this too. He's the only rookie position player to win World Series MVP.
Yeah.
Ever.
If he wins another World Series MVP, maybe he's just that guy where you realize, oh, wow, this guy just does it in October. There's guys who are programmed that way.
Yeah. Now
we're in rarefied air.
And Corey Seager,
case in point,
the only player at any position to win a World Series MVP in each league. Mm-hmm. There are, I think, 4 players to win 2 at all. So say Pena enters that, that rarefied air. Mm-hmm. Seager's market's not that hot. It's you. Take it from me. Yeah, and I overpay for Seager's. It's not that hot. You can really find steals. I'm finding a lot of rookie PSA graded stuff in like the $100 range.
Yeah.
So maybe like he'd be lucky to have a Corey Seager resume in the next, because in 5 years he'll be about Corey's age.
Yep.
Many would be lucky to have a Seager resume at 32. Still, maybe I'm talking myself out of it now. How high could the market go?
Yeah.
Because even Seager's market is not that crazy.
That's true. It's very true.
And Seager's had Los Angeles Dodger.
Now, do you think, though, injuries play a part in that? The fact that he now has a reputation as a guy who's almost going to be injured at least once a year.
Totally. And because the inverse of that is Seager being healthy, and Seager's regarded as one of the best players of the generation.
The one thing you can count on that you can, with Pena early in his career, here's his games played. 136 his rookie year, 150, 157, 123 this year, but he's still going to finish in about the 130 range.
Yeah.
He's very durable.
That's awesome.
He's going to give you 130 to 150 games a season. That's as of right now. So, boy, it's a guy I wasn't expecting to be like, man, am I totally in on him? But I feel a lot more of a buy mode now on him, given the comparison with other shortstops, the comparison to some of the guys we're paying a lot more for, and frankly, the player. He's having a phenomenal year. He's having a really good year. So,
good guy to root for.
Yeah,
on that in that organization.
And I think maybe that will do something too. Is that he's almost seen as, you're right, the face of the clean Astros, the face of the Astros, where it's like there is no more arguing anymore about what this team did or didn't do. That team won a World Series, as far as we know, the right way. And he was the MVP of it, and he was the rookie, the guy ushering in this new era.
Mm-hmm.
And that could be something that hangs on to, that is a part of his reputation in a great way for the rest of his career. Last guy we'll talk about is a guy I remember being super high on in 2020 of like, I think this guy's underrated. I think this guy's got pop, but then became one of maybe the most frustrating players in all of baseball for about 3 years, is Trent Grisham.
Okay, you could have gone a couple different directions with that one.
I could have, but I would go so far to be like, I've talked to a few Padres fans who are like, where was this? What he's doing right now? They're like, we got him from the Brewers thinking, oh yeah, what a steal.
Right.
This guy's going to be good. This guy's like, like the 2019 was like, yeah, sure, whatever. He's young, but there was potential. There was power potential. His rookie season in 2020, that's when I was super high on him. 10 homers in 59 games. The power was there. The defense was incredible. And this is, I think, where so much of when fans get on players harder, they get on players hard, obviously, when they're not performing. Even harder when it seems that you physically, just the way you walk around, the way you carry yourself, almost like you don't care. or like, his body language is tough. Like, he's got this look on his face, like, even when he does something well, like he's bored.
Yeah, or like irritated.
Right.
Or like, totally.
And it's not fair to those guys because it's whatever. Like, people have their quirks. I'll always think of I go back to my Giants fandom, but Brandon Belt was a guy where guys got him not just because of the expectations, but because he would strike out and his shoulders would slump. And that was enough for fans to be like, don't like that.
Dude, I'm going to enrage maybe some viewers here, but that to me is like the entire Padres team is just emotional, just drama. I mean,
yeah. They wear their emotions on their sleeves.
Yeah, it's like, just get over it. And
not that we're biased on this show, a Dodger fan and a Giants fan.
I'm not wearing blue. And then Yankees. Where is he today?
He's on the Yankees.
He's a Yankee. Okay.
33 home runs.
Yeah.
It's happening. The season that we thought we'd get from this guy.
What's his batting average?
240. Which for him is huge.
No, yeah, because I thought you were going to say 220. I was going to say typical Grisham. 240 is great.
The last 3 years prior to that, 184, 198, 190. There was a point last year where he was the worst qualified hitter in baseball. I think in 23 he was or was close. He was not good at the plate.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
And, man, I mean, just a complete turnaround. The biggest part of it, he's walking a lot more. He's striking out about the same clip, maybe a little less.
Well, yeah, when you raise your average by 50 points, you're going to
and he sort of
a little less.
Reluctantly became the starter in the outfield. Part of that was injuries to start the season, Stanton being hurt for a while.
Right.
They needed to shift guys around to the DH spot. So, look, good on him for having a big year. Also, that ballpark sure doesn't hurt. I'll just say that much. I hate being so biased of like every time I see a guy like, wow, so-and-so went to the Yankees and they suddenly hit 30 homers. Like, wonder why that is.
Yep.
It's that ballpark, man. It's especially if you hit from the left side, you're gonna get some extra homers. So
how's his market doing?
I actually, you know what? I kind of wanted to go in cold on. I didn't check beforehand. Because I was very curious. His market, I remember in 2020, I was like, oh, I kind of like this guy a lot. And it actually did pick up with some of his performance on the Padres. Now, all of his cards are going to be on the Brewers, so that always kind of hurt. It was like he was on the Brewers and then immediately flipped to the Padres.
Yeah.
So you can get a PSA 10 First Bowman auto. This was on August 28th, $130 for that card.
Healthy.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Helps to be a Yankee. I'm not buying that card.
No.
Absolutely not.
It's not a great card.
But good on you if you held on to some Trent Grisham, because I think that probably peaked a little higher than that, but probably not by much.
Cool autograph.
It's a good autograph. It's an interesting autograph for sure.
What's that little middle thing there?
Oh, that's right. He wasn't Grisham yet. He was Trent Clark, too.
Wait.
That was also the oddity of it. He went by a different last name on his first Bowmans.
Okay.
Clark, not Grisham.
What did he do? He's up to something. You don't just change your name and be a Padre and a Yankee.
I think
Play for
there
the
was something
Evil
about
empires of each league. And change your name.
I want to say there was something about he wanted to take
What did he do?
his mom's name and not his dad's name and all. I'm not 100%.
Oh, so it was honorable.
I think that's what it was.
All right, I
yes.
take it back.
It was him honoring his mom. Yes, that's exactly what it was. Yeah. So anyway. I'm not no, it's fine because I forgot about that element of it, and I think that was also a thing with collectors. Like, oh, it's different. Like, oh, we're collecting the Mike Stanton cards, but he became Giancarlo and all that stuff. But
yeah,
this is not even at that price. I'm not. I don't need to buy that card. I'm fine.
I personally, I don't. I think that the Clark is a turnoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm not buying the Merrill first Bowman because it's not Jackson Merrill. It's Hassel or something like that on the photo or whoever it is. Like, and I might be in the minority on that, but I don't love that personally.
Yeah, it's a whatever. Like, it's a little oddity, and it maybe a nice little story.
The Merrill not being Merrill, that's an error. So that's like different.
Yeah.
Than someone changing their name and then their cards, voluntarily,
Right.
Like a Stanton is a good example, but I don't know. I don't love it.
For what it's worth, again, more incentive to sell. I'm looking at some sales. March of 24, a recorded sale of $27 for the same card. So yeah, never been a better time to sell your Trent Grisham cards.
PSA 10.
PSA 10.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's bought for as low in 2021 when everything sold.
Right.
$16.
Ugh.
Sell.
Less than the price of the grade.
Sell. Yeah. If you really believe Trent Grisham, though, maybe he's going to get a 3-homer game in the postseason for the Yankees. Fine. Hold it. But
yeah.
Just sell it.
Just sell it.
Just sell it.
He's a 200 hitter.
Right.
Sell it.
This is the best he's ever going to be. It's good for him. It's fun, but very well next year he could be right back to batting just above the Mendoza line, if not below it.
Yeah.
Right back to there.
He's going to be a Dodger in like 2-3 seasons, and I'm going to look really bad.
Oh yeah.
Just totally.
You're like,
here.
finally, Michael Conforto's gone. I don't have to worry about that. I'm like, Trent Grisham to the Dodgers. No!
Delete that podcast.
Damn.
I spent 15 minutes ragging on
Grisham. Well, let us know in the comments the guys that you think are the most improved. We didn't really talk any pitchers on this one.
You're welcome.
Stuck mostly to hitters. Yeah, I know. So let us know in the comments who are the most improved players, who you're buying, who among this. I want to know the Jeremy Pena conversation. I think that's the I could keep talking about him and where he's at.
Where does he rank? Drop a number in the comments.
I think I'm going to say, I'll throw it out. I think he's 5th. I think he's 5.
I'm going to say 8.
8? Right.
8.
Big postseason vaults him in top 5?
Yeah, I think there are a lot of good shortstops out there.
There's a lot of good. It's a good time for shortstops.
A lot of good shortstops because I have Ellie above him.
Yeah,
and I have.
See, I got Ellie below. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It
might be 7, and it might come down to like that flipper flop there. Where,
yep.
But
he's an interesting player, a lot more interesting than I think even when I went into today that we'd be talking about him. But let us know in the comments who you're buying, who you're selling, most improved players, all that good stuff. Of course, make sure to follow us, subscribe, I should say, here on YouTube if you're watching us, and of course, subscribe wherever you get podcasts if you are watching. We'll see you next week here on Wax Packs and Warning Tracks.